Hey guys, it's David here, and it's currently day 254 or 3, but either way, it's one of them, and I hope you guys had a good day and are doing better than yesterday. But the time is currently 5:37, so about to wake up now and shower and get the day started. And today is Wednesday, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think it's Wednesday. So nothing too special, but I am a bit sleepyish. So I don't know if I want to go to the gym this morning because I do want to change my routine while I go in the afternoons. But I'm just not sure if it's like a good ideal shift because if I do start work, then I may not have the opportunity to go towards the midday. So I might just still go in the mornings and just suck up to it if I come back feeling fatigued. Because I have to find a way to get around this fatigue. Otherwise, I am going to run into an obstacle that eventually I'm not going to overcome. So, yeah, let's just get freshen up first because one step at a time. So, let's get up, shower, and do that, and then have some clarity. And I'll see you guys when I do that.
It's currently 9:11. So just came back from the gym and like always, it was an absolutely amazing workout. But at the moment, we are going to go into the first work block, get some work done. Hopefully, I can manage to sit still for 3 to 5 hours. Now, I think what I will do is turn on the AC so that I don't feel too hot because what I realize is when I feel hot, when I'm warm, I get distracted easily because you get irritated. So that's just conditioning your environment to be more productive, right? That's whether removing clutter on your desk or just turning on the AC so you feel cold, you feel chill. You don't want to be at a stressful environment where you're irritated like by the second because you're sweating or because your desk is messy or because your phone is popping off with notifications. You have to try and modify your environment to that the distraction is minimum so that you can focus, right? Because you can have the best focus, but if you have a distraction there, then you're going to be distracted, right? That's inevitable to happen. So removing the distractions will only reduce the risk of you being distracted because it's removing the cues to distract you. But having that sense of focus requires you to be focused, and that will result in whether the task you're doing is at your level or not. And what do I mean by that is if you're doing something too hard, if you're doing something that's out of your league, then you're going to feel, let's just say, dumb. You're going to feel dumb and you're going to get distracted because the thing is too hard and you can't stay focused. So there is a flow state that we can come into when we do our work or when we do anything that's challenging, but the task can't be too challenging because if it's too challenging, then we get frustrated, we get irritated, we think that we are not good enough, so we start looking for some other routes to take to diverge our focus. But the thing we're doing can't be too easy also, because if it's too easy, then we lose the motivation because this is piss, right? We're doing like children's work. So you have to find the middle ground where what you're doing is not too hard, but also not too easy. You constantly have to challenge yourself, keep you at the edge, and keep your brain activated to think about how to solve this problem while not using too much power where you start doubting yourself whether you are good enough for this task. So finding that flow state somewhere around there requires you to first of all get good at what you do and then find out what can you do today that'll push you a little bit up your comfort zone but not too much where you start to fall back and you back out because it's just too difficult. So take a small step at a time is obviously the ideal way to go, but always have a big vision. Right? Have a big vision so you can have those small steps and increment them every single day. But never get complacent, guys, because when you start to think that the thing you're doing is too easy, you think you're the shit for knowing how to do things, then you start to lose interest. And you don't want to lose interest, guys. When you lose interest, you lose the reason to do what you do. So always keep the work exciting is the key idea. Always keep it exciting. Always try to make it new to some degree that it gives you excitement when you come to your desk every single day to do it. But obviously manage your fatigue and manage how much you do the work because we are in this for the long term, not the short term. So always have a strategy planned out so that your success is almost a guarantee. That being said, I'll see you guys in a bit. So guys, it is currently 1:24. So I just managed to do my first work block and it wasn't the best simply because I didn't really feel like I had learned much from it. Although I was trying to solve this problem, trying to find a solution, what I end up just doing was use ChatGPT and ask for the result or ask for the answer. And I know this is definitely no way to learn, but I guess what I can say and what I can take away from this is that I was actually on the right track to solving my solution. I just got frustrated, right? I just got frustrated because I had set this time constraint on myself that I had to complete this in X amount of time. And if I don't, then I'm falling behind. But the thing is, if I just gave myself enough time and be like, David, it's okay if you don't finish it today. It's okay if you don't finish in a week. Because if you can somehow get around, then you are successful, that you had accomplished something. So the thing is, I was on the right track. But because I want to complete this project today, that left me a bit stressed because it felt like I was getting nowhere, guys. But the truth is I was actually on the right track. So this just goes to show that sometimes if we feel like we are not moving the flag post closer to where we want to go, it is that we have to actually look at how far we have come. That maybe we are moving towards the right direction. And that if this was 3 weeks back or a year back, we will certainly not be where we are here today. So don't take your position today for granted. Be grateful that and appreciate of how far you have come and realize that you are measuring yourself based on yesterday. So as long as you are improving yesterday, then you are improving as a whole. As long as you're not going backwards, then you are getting better. So don't just think that you are not moving forward today because you are stuck on some problem that you can't overcome. Because you have overcome so much. And once you realize that, then maybe you'll be less frustrated. Maybe I would be less frustrated. But the thing is, I believe the reason why I was so stressed and the reason why I wanted to find the answer to my solution or my problem was simply because I had set this time limit on myself that if I don't complete this, then I'm somehow going to get punished. When that simply isn't the truth. When that simply isn't how things are. But I guess the reason is because I am running out of money and I have yet to find a job. But somehow I viewed that completing this project will somehow land me a paycheck, which simply isn't the truth, right? Completing this project has nothing to do with me earning money or anything besides just reviewing what I had learned so far based on what I had learned from code. So I guess if urgency was really the matter of me running out of money, then perhaps I should start actually cold approaching businesses and actually try to find a job or try somehow sell a service which I have yet minimum skills at. So my options are plenty and I have yet to act on either of them. So what this goes to show is that I have procrastinated this issue for a long time. The issue of me getting a job, the issue of me finding an income source that will support my dreams. I have been procrastinating this for a long time. And I cannot do this on forever because otherwise I'm gonna starve. So that being said, I'm still going to do some work today, but I'll guarantee and I'll promise you guys that tomorrow I'll start cold approaching, asking businesses around to try getting employment because that is something I will eventually have to do. And my time is running out, which is why today I felt this need to complete the project, even if that means looking up for the answer on ChatGPT. Because I felt that somehow if I don't complete this, I'll get punished. That somehow if I don't complete this, I'll become poorer. When simply that isn't the truth. But this other urgency in my other area of life has definitely infected what I am doing now. It has definitely affected how I do my other things and my other day to day operations. So I have to fix this problem before it spreads even deeper. But that being said, guys, momentum is smooth sailing. So let's not waste a single moment and let's just continue on what we are doing already and just get better at it. I'll see you guys in a bit. It is currently 6:08 and this is going to be here for today, well, the end of today. for YouTube at least, as I'll go downstairs now, have some amazing food, a lot of carbs, which I've been craving of lately because I've been just saving it for later. Because obviously, having too much carbs gives you brain fog, it slows you down, and that's the last thing you want to do when you're trying to learn things, when you're trying to be productive. But at the end, guys, to be honest with you guys, I don't think there's a massive difference, right? If you put in the willpower to actually sit through the initial fatigue of having too much food, then I believe you actually perform much better. Because, like I have said before, there are two times where I perform the best, when I have the most clarity, where I have the most drive. And that is when I wake up first thing in the morning and not eat any food. That's when I have the most clarity, most drive to do the work. And after that, I kind of dive down around midday. Around midday, I kind of get tired and I just feel very sluggish. And that is perhaps because that is when I finish my first intense work block and then fatigue builds up. So I need some time to recover. But when I had the next boost of motivation, or let's say focus, and quite surprisingly, guys, is after I have a lot of carbs, right? And this is towards nighttime. So maybe carbs does boost our energy because at the end of the day, it is a fuel for our brain. But what surprises me and raises my curiosity is that how is it that I managed to have more focus after eating a shit ton of carbs, guys? I'm talking about a big bowl of pasta and a big bowl of oats, like almost 1,500 calories, which is absolutely insane. So it just questions like, how is that possible? Of course, I do feel sluggish. Of course, I do feel a bit brain fogged. But after sitting through just 30 minutes to an hour, I feel fine and I lock in. But I guess the reason because of it is because I know that that is the last thing I have to do, to eat the food so that I can sit here and stay focused. Maybe that is why I managed to stay focused after my last meal. Is because I don't have this time period where I have to eat every 3 hours. I have to be worried whether I am missing out on my meal plans or meal timing or not. When the thing is, after I finish my last meal, I can have my peace of mind to actually focus on what I must do. Maybe that is the reason. But either way, guys, I am going to go downstairs and enjoy that meal. And when I come upstairs, I'm going to start doing my first initial project. My first initial project by coding something which I haven't yet decided, but it's going to be a small task where it's still manageable, but not too easy, where I can get it done in like a day or so, but not too hard, where I start scratching my head and start asking AI for help. Because this is something I want to try challenge myself to better retain my knowledge, to better develop my skills, so that I can eventually develop the software and app that will deliver my dreams and my vision to the rest of the people. That being said, I hope you guys had an amazing day and I hope you guys had learned something from this. But if not, like always, I'll be here for you guys tomorrow. But until then, good night.